Hello, anyone and everyone who's joining the live stream. I'm assuming my internet is kind of delayed because I'm still seeing 0 people in the stream. But I'm gonna get my little satchel. Wait long. Okay, and I will be able to track the people joining the stream from here. Hello, everyone. I apologize if it's my responses are delayed. I think the internet is very slow, and I can't actually see how many people are in here. I'm gonna try to track it on my phone. But just let me know if you want. Once you're in the chat, I'll follow. Oh, there we go. Talaman, see, I see. People are in here. Hello, everyone. It's me, your boy, the traveling clad. Okay, I don't think I need to check on my other phone. Um, Hi, everyone. Hey, that's my taxi driver from the other day. Hello, sir. What can I say, everyone? Um, this is a very sad live stream to make. It's a very unfortunate situation. The situation that I'm currently in, and the situation that many people in the Philippines just recently survived. So I wanna basically open up the conversation tonight. I'm gonna be on here for about an hour, or until I run out of globe data, which might happen relatively quick because they love to eat up that data quick. Um, this is a Q&A. If you have any questions about what happened in SIARGAO, about the Typhoon Odette, generally what happened in the Philippines about it, I'm here to answer it. And the reason why I'm doing this live stream is because I am working on a very, very big video to show you guys a bit of a transparency report on how much money we raised and what we're doing with that money here in the Philippines. So, for those of you guys who don't know, if you're just coming across the live stream now or if you're watching this later, SIARGAO Island, the island that I've been living on for the last 2 years, was struck about a month ago exactly. Actually, I think it's exactly from today. No, in 3 days it'll be exactly. Almost exactly a month ago, it was struck by a Category 5 super typhoon, which basically wiped out the entire island. Um, it destroyed the house that I was building. It destroyed all of my friends' resorts and houses, lots of the restaurants, lots of the cafes. But besides that, all the touristy stuff that a lot of foreigners are really interested in SIARGAO, it destroyed like 80 to 90% of the locals' houses in SIARGAO. It destroyed so many things, so many municipalities, so many barangays, so many little towns, um, villages in the island, and it's one of the saddest things I've ever been a part of. It's one of the saddest things I've ever experienced, and it's heartbreaking. It's heart wrenching. I mean, I could go on and on um, about the situation and how sad it is, but I basically want to open up and get more awareness out there on the situation. I'm working on a huge video right now. Um, One of the amazing things that came out of this channel is that uh, Anna Maria said borging. I hope you don't mean boring, because if so, you can leave. Thank you very much. Please show yourself out. Uh, but yeah, one of the amazing things that happened with this channel is that we were able to raise 500,000 pesos, which is around $10,000, in relief, going directly towards people in SIARGAO, families, houses, food, everything, which is an amazing accomplishment from all the amazing viewers who sent money from here. Um, but not only that, combined with money from my other friends, which we locally raised money together without a big foundation, without an NGO, we were able to pull together about 1.5 or I think 1.2 million pesos, which is over $20,000, near the $30,000 mark, which is incredible. It's life changing for a lot of people. Uh, I'm super proud of that number, super proud of those figures, and what I want to do with this live stream, because it's going to be a little bit longer before I can release a video showing exactly what we've been up to. I just want to make sure that we have like ample amounts of footage showing you guys really what we've been doing on the ground there as a team. What me and my what me and my friends were doing in SIARGAO before and what we are doing now. Um, I want to show you guys that, and then I also want to show you guys uh, what we're going to be doing in the future. And so that's why I'm doing this live stream right now. Is obviously because I want to check in with you guys, let you know that I'm safe and I'm okay, and we're still pushing. We're still raising money for SIARGAO. We're still working hard, trying to develop a system that works in SIARGAO with the food programs, with the rebuilding their houses. But I wanted to open up a dialogue here. If you guys have any questions at all, if you want to ask anything, I'm going to be on here for like an hour or so. I'm here to answer any and all of your questions. If you want to know anything at all um, about the situation. Uh, about me, about how we survived the storm. Feel free to. Sometimes the questions go very fast here, so sometimes I miss them. If there's a burning question that you want to know, if you drop a super chat, it doesn't have to be for like $1 million or anything. I'll be able to probably tend to the question sooner. If you don't know what that feature is, you basically pay to ask a question. But yes, anyways, if you have any questions, anything that you want to ask, you want to know about SIARGAO and the situation, I'm just going to start reading the chat one by one. We'll work through it. And obviously, super chats will be prioritized. And I apologize, guys, in advance for my lack of happy-go-lucky sort of mentality. I know whenever I do these live streams, I'm usually very childlike and happy and jovial, and I tend to smile a lot and laugh and joke with you guys. I'll be honest with you guys, this experience has really, it's really bittered my life as of recently. It's kind of like being in a mourning. It's kind of like mourning the death of a friend, but it's I don't know how to explain it. I really don't know how to explain it. It's a very, very tough feeling. And then you start feeling feelings of guilt for feeling bad because you didn't really actually go through anything that bad. It was just traumatic, but there's people who are going through so much worse than you. So you start feeling guilt. It's a very complex hole of darkness that I'm dealing with on the inside. I'm working through it, and I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be absolutely okay. I'll be absolutely fine. I just um, sorry. I'm gonna reply to this one message that I need to reply to. So, anyways, guys, if you have any burning questions that you want to ask, there's 81 people in here. First of all, I see that there's a super chat. So first of all, thank you very much for that. I'm sorry, I'm switching SIM cards here just to get a backup SIM. And then I'll start answering your questions. I just want to make sure that if my data runs out, I can hotspot from this phone, and we will be a-okay from the perspective of running out of data. But yeah, again, guys, I apologize in advance if I'm not like laughing and super happy and stuff. This has been a very difficult period of time for me as I'm working through all these feelings and thoughts and experience of this typhoon, and it's something that is not leaving me. Like, how can I explain it? Like, I feel like the whole experience is not. It's still very fresh on my mind, even though it happened almost a month ago. Okay, let's start. Shoot, man, I gotta be careful. I'm sorry, I'm live streaming for my phone, my data too, just to make sure that if we do disconnect. I now, since the typhoon, I've actually purchased a smart SIM and a globe SIM, so I'm on 2 different Filipino networks, both of which have a very hard time connecting to the internet, generally. Okay, my smart. This is something I definitely should have done before going live, my friends, but you know how it is. Life is life. Okay, we're gonna start with the 50 peso donation from. I clarify, this is not a donation. These are super chats that are going to me. Actually, I'm actually stepping away from contributing any sort of money moving forward. So again, if you want to continue donating money to the Philippines, to SIARGAO, you may do that on my last video. All the links in any of the videos that I made on Super Typhoon Odette, there's links in the description and in the pinned comments of those videos for where to find the correct places to donate money to. So EJ Force asks, Tal, how are you now? What'll happen to your plans? Wow. Starting off with a deep question, huh? What'll happen with my plans? To be honest with you, the COVID-19 pandemic pretty much destroyed all of my plans with life. it rearranged them in a very amazing way, which allowed me the experience of living and building a home in SIARGAO, which is now kind of over for now. Um, so the plans are they're not clear. I need to leave the Philippines soon. That's for sure. That's been clear for a very long time. I'll talk about that in the future. So just in case you're asking, like if anybody's curious about that stuff, you can. I'm not going to talk about my journey with the Philippines and how long I'll be here and where I am right now. I want to talk about other things, and we can get into that stuff in the future. Not now. I don't really feel comfortable talking about that right now. If that makes sense. But yeah, my plans are all screwed up. Everything's kind of gone to the side. So I don't really know. I don't really have plans right now. I'm living every day in the moment, trying to comprehend the situation and trying to comprehend what's happening with COVID and just trying to sort of make rough plans around that with my family and friends and understand what I can do moving forward. So that's the situation, and that's where I'm at. Kate C USA just dropped $10 in the super chat. Thank you so much. Am I actually blurry? So somebody wrote or said I'm blurry. Thank you so much. You didn't ask a question, but I appreciate you. Unless there's a question here that I missed. But I appreciate you dropping the super chat. Thank you very much. Tall, turn on your join button or YouTube membership. I will not, and I'll tell you why. I currently have a Patreon, and I don't know. I haven't figured out a way where I feel comfortable. I've struggled with this for a long time with the join buttons and the Patreons. Maybe I'll do it in the future. I'm not pressed on it right now, to be honest with you guys. I just appreciate you guys watching and supporting, and you guys sitting, watching, and clicking on my ads on my YouTube videos is more than enough, and I really appreciate that. So if you can continue doing that, that's all I need for now. But maybe I will turn on the join button soon in the future. Shannon Sullivan has asked, do you have any idea how Big Nine is in general? Actually, Big Nine fared pretty well, which is nice. There were a bunch of eateries, carinderias, right next to Big Nine hostel, and they got completely smashed. They pretty much got leveled. So all of those carinderias, one of the families that runs it, actually moved into the bottom floor of Big Nine, and they actually run the carinderia from the lobby of Big Nine hostel on the outside now, which is cool. Very nice sign of bayanihan, which is really beautiful. Are your relatives insisting you to leave the Philippines and go back home where it's safer? Yeah, they've been doing that for a very long time, but they've also been doing that during every trip I've ever taken in my life ever. So I don't really listen to them. If I ever listened to my family on where they told me to go and what to do in life, I would not be where I'm at right now. So as much as I love my family, listening to them would not have led me down the path that I'm at. So I tend to ignore them, especially in situations like this. Let's see here. Joy says, thank you for helping the community of SIARGAO. How can we help? Donation, financial supplies. Please never give up hope. Hope you're doing great. Okay, I'll explain this because there's 100 people here and this is the peak. Here's the situation with SIARGAO. I'll explain it right now. SIARGAO is an island that, first of all, was hit first by this typhoon from any other place. We were smacked first. The storm touched down on SIARGAO, made landfall first. So we got the full brunt of the storm before it slowed down and hit anywhere else. It's not to say that it wasn't affected worse in other places, but SIARGAO was destroyed, like really, really, like heavily damaged and destroyed. Many people lost their houses, many people lost their homes, many people lost their lives. Sorry, I'm just losing electricity. Are we charging? I hope we're charging. We're charging. Nice. So the situation with SIARGAO is as follows. There's lots of foreigners there who were there and were able to put a spotlight, and a lot of influencers and celebrities who live there who were able to put a spotlight on the island. And that's great and that's beautiful, and I'm so happy about that because we're able to get there's YouTubers like me and other YouTubers who are living there and celebrities who are able to constantly show the situation in SIARGAO and keep the message and keep raising money for the island. But you know how news is, you know how media is. People are going to forget that this happened to SIARGAO in 3 months. In 2 months, it's not going to be a talking point anymore. No one's going to care. No one's going to be donating anymore. So what I can ask you, as an audience of mine that I've developed a really special relationship with, I feel like we're not like all the other YouTube audiences. I feel like I keep it really real with you guys, and I really love you. Like, you're really like friends to me. And I love that I can just hop on a live stream like this and feel like I'm talking to my friends. What I can only ask from you guys is, I've been traveling for 8 years. I've been looking for the place that I thought was home, And I think I found it in SIARGAO, and it hurts so much to know that that place was so damaged. It hurts on a level which I can't explain. I feel like something has been ripped away from me personally, even though that's not the case at all. But that's just a feeling that I'm struggling with. Um, the one thing that I can ask you guys is please keep it on your mind. Even if I stop talking about it, even though I vow to continue talking about it moving into the future, and I'm gonna keep bringing it up. It's important to me because it's my home and I love that place so much. Uh, Please don't forget about it. Don't forget that it exists. Keep raising awareness, and while you don't have to continue giving money for the rest of your life to SIARGAO, obviously nobody expects that from you. Just keeping awareness up that that happened and that that's something that people there are going to continue struggling with for the future and maybe even for a long time. It could be 5 to 10 years before people really step out of what happened there. We're hoping that less, but you know, it's very realistic. So all I can say and hope is that you keep it on your mind, that it's something that stays fresh with you moving forward. And that's what you can do. And obviously, there's so many places you can donate now. All of those will be found in links of all the videos that I made about Typhoon Odette. They're not in this live stream right now because I didn't get a chance to pin them. But if you want to see where you can donate to SIARGAO, it's in any of the links, um, and pinned comments and in the description of any of the videos that I made about Typhoon Odette on my channel. You'll be able to find links to donate to SIARGAO. So obviously, donating, sending money is great, but please keep a fire on this. Don't let this die out because like the fires in Australia and the fires in the Amazon and the shootings that happen in the United States and the COVID-19 pandemic and so many different things, the news tends to just let things go away. And I know while a lot of you guys have never been to SIARGAO personally and you just learned about SIARGAO through my videos, I can tell you that that place touched me in a way that no other place on planet Earth, the 50 countries I've been to, no other place has touched me the way SIARGAO has touched me. Um, I really feel at home there. I feel like I came alive. I feel like I changed. And watching it get stripped away and destroyed like that, it hurt me on a level I can't explain. I really can't. I can't get the words out to explain what that felt like. And it would mean the world to me personally if you continue to keep an eye on that, to keep pressure on it, to keep that fire lit so people don't forget what happened there and don't forget that people are still going to be struggling there. And to me, the faster we get to SIARGAO to some sense of normalcy, the faster we get the people in SIARGAO feeling better and with homes and with roofs over their heads and with a constant supply of food and water and electricity and internet, the better it'll be. You know, the faster we can do everything. So they can just focus because to be honest with you guys, that living on that island is a remote island. It's not comfortable. It's far from comfortable. There's lots of issues all the time, and it was never an easy existence living in SIARGAO. There's so many benefits to life there because you can surf and you can enjoy and you can party and you can drink and you can eat and so many amazing things. But life was never easy in SIARGAO, especially not for the locals. A lot of them work end to end. They work they get paid very little. They work super hard. A lot of them work very laborious jobs, like the construction team that worked for me. They worked like horses for 2 months. They worked super hard building that house, and they got it ripped away from them in one day. Um, and I mean, I could go on and on about this stuff, but sorry, I get into like a loop now, and I can't stop talking about it. Anyways, I appreciate you guys listening to that rant. Amelia Sato, thank you for dropping the 1,000 pesos. I appreciate that so much, and there's no question there, but thank you very much. I appreciate the super chat. Um, Sorry guys, and I apologize if I'm being too intense or dramatic. It's just I apologize. I really do say I'm sorry for the way I'm talking and behaving. It's just I'm dealing with a lot with this whole experience. Um, okay, let's see what else here. Uh, Scrolling back. Um, Tal, thanks for helping SIARGAO. We really appreciate your efforts. I hope you did not lose your faith in the Philippines, just like the Filipino spirit. We rise back again. If anything I've done or said has given you the impression that I've lost my faith in the Philippines, that's not the case. It's nowhere near the case. It's actually I've gained a lot of faith uh, and fallen in love deeper with SIARGAO specifically through this entire experience, more than I can even convey. Um, okay. Let's see here. You're so blurry. So am I actually blurry, guys? Nobody answered that. Um, so Thomas is asking, have you seen some positive developments in GL area already? Resume of business activities, restoration of electricity. How do you see the island moving forward in the next few months? Okay, that's good question. That's an update. Okay, so when I left, there were rumors of electricity coming back to Dapa, which is the biggest city there, which is near the port. This was about 2 weeks ago now, or a week and a half ago. And then since then, the main road, tourism road in General Luna, has started receiving bits and pieces of internet here and there. It hasn't come back to the whole island for sure, no, but I think they're going to be prioritizing the main centers where people live in Tourism Road first, so there can be some sort of return to normalcy when it comes to ATMs, when it comes to an economy, restaurants, food, because people need to work, people need to function. It can't just continue to be like a ghost town. So that's one thing. I've seen some electricity come back. Definitely after the first week of craziness where people were like surviving on food and water and whatever they had, there was a return of the supply chain of gasoline and diesel and food and water coming in. So that was definitely happening. Um, as for like activities, people resumed surfing pretty early on because I think it's a good stress reliever for the entire situation. But I think uh, I think return to normalcy is something where it's not going to happen for a year to 2 years. I think it's going to take a while for Siargao to return to that spirit and um, also return to. Sorry, this is really important. Um, I don't see the island coming back personally to where it was for at least 2 years, and I say that because they need to secure a consistent supply of food and water, which is not it's not done yet. That's going to be I think that's going to be a pretty long journey. While there's consistent supply coming in, um, it was besides Siargao, also Surigao was damaged heavily and Cebu was damaged heavily, so it kind of destroyed the supply chains across the entire country, and especially in the Visayas, in the areas where Siargao gets a lot of supplies from. Sorry, guys. Um, so how can I explain it? It's like there's so many factors into bringing back Siargao into where it was before because it was kind of at like its prime from a sense of tourism and businesses opening up and a lot of things. Even in the pandemic, it really was starting to pick back up again. I can't see it returning to normalcy in the next year. It's still gonna look heavily damaged. It's gonna take a lot of efforts to repair and clean and fix it to where it was. And and then after that, obviously there needs to be a focus on renewability and sustainability and how do we go forward? How do we move forward with Siargao? And I think those are going to be issues that are going to stagnate. They're going to take a while. There's going to be bureaucracy that's going to be involved in there that's going to take a while to figure out. So I think 2 years. I think 2 years until it returns into any sort of sense of normalcy. I think in a year from now, tourists are going to be able to come back, but they're going to find a very, very different Siargao that they visited before. I think for surfers, this island is going to be paradise in 3 to 6 months for the next 5 years. I think for surfers, it's going to be the most amazing place in the world because it's going to be empty lineups with great waves and not a lot of tourists. And yeah, that's what I feel about Siargao and where it moves forward. So Shannon says, "Thanks so much for the update. I'm still shocked and I appreciate all your feelings. I'm so sad." Yeah, yeah, it's shocking. It's really sad. And I appreciate you uh, being so involved. I've seen all your messages, and I'm so happy that you've kept an eye on it, and you obviously keep that fire burning under Siargao. Um, okay, still reading through. I have been almost all beaches in Philippines except Siargao. I could have been this year, but it's now destroyed. But I'm sure it will cope up soon. Yeah, As from the perspective of beaches, actually, a lot of the beaches ended up becoming very beautiful because a lot of the palm trees got destroyed, so it just kind of looks like a lot of white sand beaches from Boracay. Um, but yes, the island itself, all the trees, all the foliage, it really, really, really got damaged. So very very sad. Though I'm a Filipina, I never knew about SIARGAO till I started to watch some foreign vloggers showing every corner of SIARGAO. Well, thank you, Kate, for the super chat and for the nice message. But yes, I'm telling you, this island captured the magic and the love and the hearts of so many foreigners like me. So many Filipinos also from all over the country, from Cebu, from Manila, from Davao. Um, one thing that was really cool, and I'm actually recording another episode tomorrow morning. Uh, I started a podcast here or in SIARGAO, and I was recording episodes. I was banking these episodes because I was going to launch them over the course of a year, in the next year. And I was recording all these episodes, and I was speaking to all these business owners in SIARGAO. Super, super interesting episodes. And I was so excited to show you guys this show, so you could really learn and see the magic of this island that I fell in love with. Because it's more than just the foreigners that fell in love. It's the business owners and the people who decided to start something in SIARGAO, the people who decided to come there from the outside, develop the local areas and try to help them out as well and create jobs. And it was so amazing. It really was so amazing. And I'm sure that it will go back to being this amazing place in the future. It will be, for sure. Um, has the power been back up along with the phone services? The phone services have been very shoddy. Smart came back first and then disappeared, and then Globe took over, and then Globe went out. And then Smart came back in, and then Globe disappeared, and then Smart disappeared again, and then Globe came in, and I don't know. Now they've had pretty consistent service for the last week and a half, 2 weeks almost, um, and electricity is slowly making a comeback as well. So definitely include to your relief some vegetable seeds. Can harvest a few weeks. Yeah. One thing that we're focusing on with the vegetable seeds and planting, and containing a solid food source is uh, um, we have like phases. So the first phase, I was explained to this by somebody in the UN, a viewer of mine from the UN who actually called me, and she explained to me how we can help with relief. So the first steps with a natural disaster when something like this happens is you focus on emergency. So we focused on emergency first. And emergency was rice, water, gasoline, and tarpaulin to cover people's roofs so they don't get rained on and they don't develop more diseases and sicknesses. So we focused on emergency stuff first. So first we focused on food. We're like, we need to secure water, clean water for people, and we need to secure good food that will provide sustenance. It won't just be like carbs or canned food. We try to provide some sense of sustenance, vegetables, protein, especially for the kids. They need to eat a lot of healthy foods too, so they can obviously weather out this storm. SIARGAO became a very unsanitized, unhygienic place very quickly, because imagine in one day, 90% of the businesses were now on the ground. That means septic tanks overflowed, septic tanks broke into the streets, water from the ocean was now mixing in with fresh water, which was also spilling into the streets. There was garbage everywhere. There was corrugated roof sheets everywhere. People were getting cut, people were getting injured. People were developing diseases, sicknesses, they were getting diarrhea, and they were passing it from people to people. And obviously COVID, still here, still on the island. So, I don't even remember what the question was. Yes, when it comes to the sustainability, so we focused on emergency relief first, and so the second step after emergency relief is now building supplies. Bring in building supplies and vegetable seeds and plants and things and livestock, so people can actually start harvesting food and create a long-term sustainable food source and living source, so they can actually continue on and they don't have to be so dependent on things coming into the island. So that's a very important thing that's being focused on already. Sorry for the little dribble. That was weird and annoying. Soggy Wombat writes, resilience. I saw a lot of smiling faces despite the pain. What did you learn? I learned that us foreigners are a bunch of fucking babies. The next morning after the typhoon, the people walking around General Luna and shocked and crying, like 90% of them were the foreigners. Like myself. Like we were walking around like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe this got all destroyed. While the locals, I saw like two locals crying. Like the rest of the locals were already from 5 a.m. like up on the roofs, clearing debris, laughing, smiling. Some of them were drinking some rum, like drinking tanduay, Red Horse, whatever they had, like salvaging stuff from the refrigerator, like already not giving a crap about this terrible situation and like already just being like, all right, let's move on, let's start getting busy, not really getting sentimental, just like how can we move forward. And I found it very funny the contrast. Like we, a lot of the foreigners and the people who are don't live there or don't come from there, found it way more painful. And while the Filipino mentality, especially the Siargao mentality, was just like, all right, we got it. Like we can't sulk, we can't sit in this. We need to like we need to like spring to action now, and we can laugh about it, which was pretty amazing to see. So Oliver says Siargao will be back soon. We are just being careful not to damage the ecology or overdevelop in efforts to rebuild it. Yeah, my man, that's a as somebody who's been really involved in learning about the ecology, the biodiversity, and trying to protect obviously like sea turtles there. It's so bad from the sense of nature. Like we had so many interactions with animals after the typhoon. I'm talking monitor lizards. I'm talking snakes. I'm talking like fish. I found fish in trees. There were fish that dried up and died inside of trees. I don't even understand how it happened. But so many animals, so much wildlife was displaced. I can't imagine how much of it died. The coral reef was destroyed. Like it's gonna take years, decades to recover if it ever does recover, and it's gonna need to be a really, really big partnership with mankind. It's not something that nature is gonna be able to do. It's gonna really take a lot of people to help, and really think sustainably and responsibly about the future of this island for it to come back in any sort of capacity. So yeah, it's something that scares me because I'm really into and very invested in the ecology of Siargao and protecting the nature and the biodiversity there. And it's something that was really important to me from day one moving there. And I saw it pretty much get wiped out in one day. I mean, something a lot of people don't know about is like in Siargao we have tarsiers, which are like the smallest mammals in the world, like these little primates that live in trees. They have them in a Bohol, and a lot of people don't know they live in Siargao too, in the north of the island. We have hornbills, we have civet cats, obviously sea turtles, sharks, whales, like amazing marine life. So many incredible things, and it's all in this small protected area, which has now been like completely ravaged and ransacked. And a lot of these animals they lost their homes. So I'm very curious to see how it redevelops. I really really hope that the people there, the government, the local government makes the right decisions to prioritize also moving forward hand in hand with nature. But it's just going to be time will tell. Time will tell, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, Marin, Austria asks, we were there during the Typhoon Odette with my family. We were there for almost a month before the typhoon hit. It really broke our hearts. What happened to the beautiful island? Yeah, yep, yep. Very bad. Jed says, how is the COVID situation in Siargao? How is the COVID situation in Siargao? It's not good. There's a lot of amazing people that have been coming from Manila back to the island to try to help, and because of this new Omicron variant that's spreading around the Philippines, um, it's coming in. They've already recorded, I think, this week like 13 cases of the variant, which means that it's an unfathomable amount of people that are going to get it in Siargao. Luckily, a lot of people in Siargao were vaccinated already, especially the foreigners there. I'm a little worried about the locals, who live in the more remote villages who probably don't even know that there was a pandemic going on in the first place, because there's some people who literally live deep in the jungle there, and they do have interaction with people from the outside. So I'm scared for them, but I mean, globally, the COVID situation is not very good. So it's not going to be great in Siargao, but it'll probably fare better than a lot of places around the world, because generally it does, because it's such a small island. So we can only hope for the best. Let's see here. I'm trying to run through all the comments. Um, did I miss anything up here? globe data, which means you're still in the Philippines. I am still in the Philippines. I am right here. I have not left. Let's see here. I don't know if it's just going slow or if you guys just stopped answering questions or asking questions, or maybe I don't know. I don't know what to tell. Um, you guys lost me. Is the connection bad? Can you guys not hear me? Can anyone confirm to me if you can still hear me right now? Maybe the connection cut out. Maybe I ran out of globe. Let's see. Just paying attention to your news, and I thought you lived in New York City. Okay, maybe you can't hear me. Um, okay, I'm assuming. Okay, I'm still on. Good, good to know. Uh, okay, let's see here. Man, I thought you lived in New York. No, I haven't. I haven't lived in New York in like 3 years, but I'll probably be there pretty soon. Um, what are your plans now? I don't have any. The house that I was building is now in the responsible hands of my contractor who lost his home. He's living there. Um, he's gonna be living there for the next year, 2 years probably, until I go back to the island and rebuild. Um, I don't really have many plans other than that right now. I'm sort of taking it day by day and just trying to see where I fit into the picture of this and see how much more I can be needed and used, and how much more I can use this YouTube channel to do good there. Um, and that's it. That's all I got. Chris well. Hi Todd, I looked for another vlogger to send money to, but I found it difficult to find one that didn't appear to be milking the situation and producing dozens of overly dramatic videos for the views. One thing, I 100% did that, but I did it with a reason. I did it because I know that I was able to raise money doing it. So that's the only reason I did it. I got a lot of really nasty comments telling me what kind of music I was using and the videos disrespect. It's like, I'm not gonna do it because there's maybe kids watching me like, fuck you. Like, shut up. I'm the one who just went through a traumatic experience. I'm the one who documented it all so you can see. And I'm the one who's trying to raise money for that cause. Please do not come in here and tell me what music to use for what video, because I'm the one who's been making YouTube videos for 8 years. I know what is going to get views. I know what's going to touch in the heartstrings of people. And I know what's going to get people to send me money so we can make donations out of it. Like, those comments to me were the most disgusting and vile things that people have sent me on this YouTube channel in a long, long time. I don't know what other YouTubers are doing on the island. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to ask. I don't want to know. I know that I'm not going to be accepting any more donations anytime soon because I was a little fed up with the reaction to us donating, us raising money. I found the reaction from a lot of people, not a minority, a lot of people, to be very disgusting. At how people felt about us like springing to action and doing something about it. So one, I just didn't want that energy coming towards me anymore. I don't like to be criticized for doing something that's objectively good. So I felt like, one, I don't want to be involved in that. We raised enough money. I felt like 500,000 pesos, $10,000 was a big enough responsibility to hold on to, and it was big enough to also do a lot of good with and show you guys that we could do a lot of good with, and also be able to now produce more videos with that money that will hopefully keep funneling more money into SIARGAO. My reasoning is, initially when I planned out the content around the typhoon, I knew that I had content from the day before, the during the typhoon, the day after, and then the recovery efforts. I said I want to milk it as far as possible. I want to try to get as many views as possible throughout that experience so I can keep on relaying money back into my accounts so that can keep going into donations. And then I realized I don't want to do that anymore. What I'd rather do is give you guys a full series on SIARGAO, what we experienced, what we went through, the aftermath, and what we're going to do to help the situation after. And then I'd rather use that to funnel more money into different organizations, NGOs that are going to be there long term, that can do more than what me and my friends can do. Because me and my friends, our resources are limited. We're not professionals at this. We haven't learned how to be humanitarian aids. We sprung to action in an emergency situation and we did what we thought was good. I'm sure we've made some mistakes along the way. I'm sure we're gonna make some mistakes along the way. But I know that I'm so proud of the amount of money that we raised. I'm so proud with what we've done so far. I know that we've connected with a lot of people and we've touched the hearts of many people in many different barangays in SIARGAO, and I know that they're going to remember that because they told us that. And for me, that's the most important thing. For me, it's the most important thing to come back to the island. People know that I personally and my friends and my community there, we didn't up and leave the second that that shit hit the fan and that things got rough. Is that we stayed there because that island is family. SIARGAO to us is fam. Like we're there for the long haul. If something goes wrong, people are gonna be there to help us, and we're gonna be there to help people. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much where I stand on it. I think that as long as it's giving more attention to the island, overly dramatizing, and the reality is Filipinos react very well on content to overly dramatized things. People here love that. They love watching those things. And so I created content around the typhoon, which maybe to the Western world might be unsavory, um, because I know that it was going to be able to garner donations for the island. And then at that point, I don't care because you could criticize me all you want for adding dramatic music in the intro of the video, but if it's going to get somebody to donate 1,000 pesos, which is $20, to feed 5 or 10 families, I'm like, God bless. I don't care if I have to sell my soul a little bit on the music. So sorry for the rant, but that's the situation. Um, Watching from Hawaii. Hello, Hawaii. That's amazing. Um, can you subsist on the fishing industry? I don't know what subsist means, but maybe you're saying donate or like help the fishing industry. So I can tell you guys what's going on with the fishing industry. Part of the money that we actually raise is going to be going towards helping the fishermen and the local fishing boats that were broken. There's an amazing surfer there. His name is Marama Tokong. You can follow him. He's one of the Philippines champions in surfing. He was slated to go to the Olympics. Really amazing guy, local from the island. He's been helping since the first day, and he's sort of spearheading the effort on helping the fishermen get back into the water by fixing their boats. A lot of the boats were destroyed. A lot of the fishermen's boats were destroyed. So he's pretty much spearheading that effort. Um, and I don't know how much money it's going to take, but I know that they're going to be able to start fishing at least in General Luna very soon, which is important to get things starting to go again. Like so, people can actually have fish on the plate. They can start eating. They can start working, and the fishermen can obviously go back to doing what they need to do. Um, okay, J Crew asked, "What is your plan for the house?" Yeah, I talked about this already, but there's no plan right now. It's not the right context to continue building, and unfortunately, the reality is I'm probably going to take a very big financial hit because we were before the typhoon hit, we were pretty much 1 week away from finishing the house. We were this close. We just installed the roof. We just installed the ceiling. We were pretty much about to order the windows and the doors, which God bless that we didn't do, and I didn't spend the money on that yet. But we were very close to finishing, and now what happened was the roof and the ceiling flew, and the plywood, which is what makes the second floor, was getting rained on for almost a month before they were able to. I think they just were able to secure the roof very recently, because there was a shortage of materials and it was just a mess. So I think there's a good chance that the second floor might need to be entirely rebuilt when I come back to the island, which is going to be pretty expensive, which is really going to suck. And all those materials that we spent and all the time we spent is going to go to the wayside. But I don't know. There isn't a plan right now because the context isn't right to even think about it. There's so many people who suffered way worse than me, and so many people who need a house more than I do on the island right now, which is partly why I'm not going to be in that house anytime soon. I gave that house to my contractor. I told him to move his family there, whoever he needs to, so they can have a warm, safe place to sleep. Um, and that's it. That's where I stand on it. The plans are there is no plan right now. And I'm probably going to leave the Philippines at some point, so that means that I won't be able to come back to the Philippines. I won't be able to come back to SIARGAO until the Philippines reopens, which God knows when that's going to happen. Um, so I don't know. It's a very big, ambiguous, and sad situation, but I'm happy that at least the house is being able to be used for something and it didn't get completely crumbled and destroyed, and it means that somebody can actually sleep there safely with their family. And the important thing is all my chickens survived also, which makes me very happy. Um, okay, let's see what else. You're just jealous though, my um, The video that you made was incredibly emotive, hence my donation. I saw the devastation that was caused, wanted to help. If you won't, can you point me in the direction of someone that you can trust? Yes, Chris. Sorry, I didn't see that. Um, Anybody that you want to donate to in SIARGAO, all the links are in my previous videos, not in this video, but all my previous videos on Typhoon Odette. Check the links and the pinned comments on any of those videos, and you will be able to find the right places to donate to in SIARGAO. They're all there. Those are all trusted places that I verified myself, and they're all places that you can definitely trust that will continue doing good work in SIARGAO. I ordered a chainsaw from Lazada to deliver to SIARGAO. Do you think it will deliver? No, I don't think it will deliver. Not anytime soon. The shipping industry has been really, really messed up there. Any order that I had was canceled outright for the near future, and I don't think that's the right way to go around it. If you want to get a chainsaw to SIARGAO, contact me directly on Instagram. I will set you up with the right people to do it. There's tons and tons of people who are shipping things via barges, via trucks, via planes, and I can definitely get you in the right place. Just contact me directly on Instagram, send me a DM. I'll look for it after this live stream. If you want to get a chainsaw there, I will help you get it done. But I wouldn't do it from Lazada because I don't think it'll arrive there anytime soon. Okay. Sorry. I was very proud of you for taking the right path and that you have the purity and compassion to do the right thing with those donations. I personally thank you for your moral compass through this. I don't even know how to react to those comments because I'm like I don't really feel like I'm doing anything special, and I even feel bad getting complimented for it. Like it's just we're doing what needs to be done, you know. Or I need to be careful with what I say. We're doing what we did, and we're doing what people need to do. And I don't want to point fingers as to who needs to do what, but things need to be done, and they haven't been done, and they're not being done on a greater scale, and people are really suffering there and need help. So we're doing what needed to be done, and that's all it is. Um, okay, hold on. I'm gonna get back there. I'm just turning down the AC a little bit, guys. One moment, please. Okay. Okay, sorry if I'm acting a little strange, guys. I'm very, very tired, and this whole thing is very emotional to talk about, and it brings up not good memories. Okay, let's get back into this. Sorry, my hair is also really bothering me. I really need to get a haircut. Okay, let's see. Bro, I've been your viewer for years. I just want to tell you there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing and what your heart tells you. Love you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. Uh, You up to date with the world outside of the Philippines, like Bob Saget news, fall of Kazakhstan government, etc. Obviously, you have other concerns. Yes, actually, I am. I'm in the loop on all those things. I've been able to secure myself some consistent internet now. So, uh, uh, yeah, it's fine. My friend Maxim is in the live chat. You're a great guy, Tal. We really spent meaningful times feeding kids after the typhoon. Man, Maxime, if you're still watching, you don't understand, man, how much I miss you. I miss you like crazy, bro. I even get a little emotional thinking about you guys over there. Maxime, you guys will see him in the videos coming up too. But he's in the video in the aftermath of Typhoon. He's the French guy. Really became one of my closest friends, especially towards the end of my time in SIARGAO. An amazing person who is with me pretty much every day now, you know, feeding kids in SIARGAO, and I'm sure he's continuing to do that now every single day as well, and feeding families, and yeah, fantastic human being, and I love him very much. And a very incredible DJ. So that's his YouTube channel. That's his actual name on Instagram too. Please go give him a follow if you guys, if you want. He's an amazing guy. Really, I cannot speak highly enough about him. Um, Julian, I'm not going to say anything about what you just wrote at all. I'm not going to comment about it. Um, hey, somebody called Gucci Gang is watching. That's really amazing. Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. Let's see what else here. Do you know the 8 Miles from Home family channel? You're in one of the latest videos. Yeah, we never collaborated or anything, but we always saw each other and knew of each other. Even before the typhoon hit, and we were always friendly with each other. And then we saw each other. We actually had a conversation for the first time, like maybe a couple days after the storm. I saw them in Spotted Pig, and we actually chatted. Very very nice people, and I think they're actually still there. I don't think they left. So, um, yeah, very very cool of them to still be there. Um, let's see here. Blackhawks have already landed in some parts of SIARGAO. Don't worry. Yeah, yeah, they did. They were yeah. Definitely landed. They definitely landed. Okay, guys. Well, I'm an hour in. I'm not seeing so many comments anymore, so I'm probably gonna get ready to get out of here soon. I'll stay here for another 9 minutes to wrap it up in the hour mark. But obviously, if there's any other questions you guys have, any burning questions about the experience, um, yeah, just let me know. Hello from Toronto, Canada. Sorry, just joined the chat. Where are you staying now? I don't want to talk about it. Let's different questions. I don't want to talk about that. Where did you get the Jurassic Park vehicle? If you're talking about my tuk-tuk, I actually bought a tuk-tuk in SIARGAO, and then I repainted it myself into the world's only Jurassic Park tuk-tuk, which was already on its last legs. Jonathan, thank you for, dude. Can I call you after this? We haven't talked in a long time. Call me, text me. Call me after. I'll talk to you in like 10 minutes when the live stream is over, if you can. I want to talk to you. It's been a long time. Um, yeah, the Jurassic Park took was on its like last legs, like maybe a week before the typhoon happened, and I managed to. I begged a mechanic for $100 to just make any temporary fix he can on the bottom of the tuk-tuk, because it was basically the bottom of the tuk-tuk had rusted so bad that the battery and the engine was basically pushing through, and the tuk-tuk went from being flat to being like a triangle, an upside down triangle, and it was like getting close to breaking through the middle, and it became very dangerous to drive. So I paid a mechanic to weld metal bars under it, and we managed to save it, and we managed to do. I'm so happy because that $100 investment, the 5,000 pesos that I invested in the tuk-tuk, like we were able to do so much fucking good with that tuk-tuk during the typhoon and after the typhoon, because the typhoon I parked it um, by the hotel that or by the hostel that we were taking refuge in, and nothing happened to it. It's the craziest thing. I saw tuk-tuks getting flipped. I saw tuk-tuks get destroyed. Not even my roof, not even the plastic tarp that's on the top got damaged. It's literally a miracle. Power lines, trees, everything fell around the tuk-tuk. Nothing even touched it. Nothing happened to it at all. After a few days, some cracks were in the windshield, but after that, like the tuk-tuk was fine, like completely fine. Um, so yeah, I'm so happy and proud that I paid that 5,000 pesos to the mechanic, because we were able to transport money to people. We were able to bring people food. We did water collections. We did so much good with that tuk-tuk in just a little bit. So I'm really really happy about it. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Kath, thank you. God bless you for the 8.99 pound, the nine pound donation. God bless you. I love you so much. It's your boy. I just joined in late in the stream. Can you repeat if you mentioned already what are your plans moving forward? My plans are that I don't have any plans. I'm very confused in life right now, and a very traumatic experience has occurred to me. I'm trying to sort of pick up the pieces and understand what's happening. So yeah. Gucci Gang, if you're telling me to PM you, I can't PM you, but if that's a joke or if you're being serious, if there's something that you want to say, especially if it has to do with the SIARGAO donations or anything, just send me a message on Instagram. DM me. I will respond there. Um, Nate Swell says your life should be written about, bro. Stay strong. Honestly, man, I'll be honest with you. Like, a lot of people have been telling me I need to write a book for a long time, especially like on the first circumnavigation of the world that I did. Uh, this time, after this experience of the typhoon, I really think either to produce a movie about it in the future, not about my personal experience, but the experience as a whole, or write a book or something. There is not enough content I could have created, and there's moments where I didn't film that were so real and raw that you guys will never see, and because I never filmed them, but like the days right after the typhoon were so fucking crazy. They were so intense. They were so unbelievably scary, where we had no idea what was going on. We had no idea if anybody knew about us. All we knew is that the world immediately around us was completely destroyed, and and that meant Cebu, that meant Surigao, that meant Butuan. Like we had nowhere to run to. We had no evacuation. It was just like, what is going on? What just happened? And all of this was handed to us on the silver platter about 2 hours before the storm hit us. Like we were tracking the storm for a week before. It was a relatively small storm that had potential to get um, that had the potential to get really bad, but we were told the news that it turned into a Category 5 super typhoon the morning of, like 2 hours before we lost connection. So it was just like super crazy. Um, Gucci Gang says, I don't have a DM. I don't have DM. I don't know. All right, I don't know. I don't know what you want. If you want to DM me on Instagram, DM me on Instagram. Let's see here. Dominic, I'm not gonna answer your question. I'm not gonna respond to that. But all I can say is, but I'm not gonna respond to it. Um, Chris says, here, get yourself a nice haircut. I can see this really traumatized you. Recovery will be slow, but allow the time to heal, brother. First of all, thank you, Chris, for the super chat again. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Um, the haircut, yeah, I'm only keeping the hair. There's a certain reason I'm keeping the hair, and I'm gonna cut it soon for sure. But I'm keeping it for a reason. Uh, it's a good reason too. Um, I don't know how I recover from this one. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what the steps are to heal from it. I'm curious and I'm excited to go through the journey, and I'm working on it. But it's really like waves. It's really waves. It's like there's some days where you feel amazing, and there's some days where you feel really bad. All I know is that on Siargao I was feeling, I couldn't handle being there anymore. It was really bad for me. Um, it, it was just so dark. It was really really dark being there. Um, do you have any regrets of staying in the Philippines? I saw your plight during lockdown and now storm. Zero. Zero regrets. I wish that the pandemic never happened because I'm so curious where my life would be right now if I was able to follow the dreams that I had pre-pandemic. Like it was so cool where I was heading and what I was about to do, and I had like this clear plan of really becoming like one of the top travel vloggers when it came to travel guides. I really had a clear formula, and I wanted to make a lot of money and start like investing in things, and I was really excited for it. But considering the context of the pandemic, I feel really blessed for have for finding Siargao and finding a home there and finding a community for the first time in my life. The closest thing I ever had to that was in Sri Lanka when I was living in tuk tuk rental, and I had the employees that I lived with there, like the employees from tuk tuk rental they didn't work for me. They just living with them with Steve Yallo. Uh, like that was the most community I ever had in the many years I've been traveling. But Siargao is something else, man. It's something else. I'm so happy that I found that place and that I got to live there during the pandemic, and I have these memories from there. It just it hurts the way that it ended, the way that it's sort of over now. Um, Cyber asks, I was contemplating to spend retirement years in Siargao, and then Odette happened. Would still be a good place to retire. It depends if you're gonna retire there in like 5 years. I think great. Yeah, probably great. I think it will recover in 5 years. Based on press and social media, there was a reconstruction happening now at Siargao. Even seeing truckloads of wood panels and metal roofs based on what you see. How's the development? It's happening. It's happening. It's happening, which is great. Lots of stuff have been happening in Siargao from the first day. Like people sprung to action the day after. There was a field hospital. There were doctors from Davao. I got medical treatment for free. They didn't charge me anything to get antibiotics, to get like a little surgery done while I was there. A lot of good stuff is happening. The problem is what's the word? It's the endurance, the stamina of keeping it going now for how long? It's gonna stop, right? The money runs out. People forget. People say, okay, now you need to move on, and that's when the hard stuff happens. So I don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I have no idea to tell you. I have no idea to tell you, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. My GF and I have never been to Siargao. However, we were fortunate enough to buy a lot there. See you in GL. Amazing. Yeah, we're in GL. Maybe we'll be neighbors. You did a brave to run the typhoon. I can't even do it. You will recover. You will gain more subscribers. Take this advice from legit shaman. Okay, love you. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. I'm proud of your great work for the people and children in SIARGAO, especially for the animals too. I would love to come and visit there in the future. It's not over yet. It's definitely not over yet. It's gonna come back. Um, and okay, this is my last question from Jasmine A, and I'm gonna say goodbye. Do you plan on going back to SIARGAO? 1,000,000%. SIARGAO's my home, guys. It's over. I'm gonna keep traveling. I'm gonna travel the world the second it's possible to. But SIARGAO is my home. I really feel it. I don't know how long, I don't know how many months out of the year I'm going to spend there. I don't know how many houses I'm going to build there. I don't know what's going to happen with my land. I don't have a clear vision of what's going to happen at all. I know that I want to help because I care about that place, and regardless if I'm only going to be a tourist there for the rest of my life, it's a place that I'm going to bring my children there to go surf. I'm gonna hire the same surf instructors that taught me, and I'm gonna teach them, and I'm gonna raise my chickens there, and I'm going to continue the relationships that I have there with my friends that are there, and I'm so excited for the future of that island, and I want to invest in it. I want to help the people there, and I want to be a part of the growth of that place because I am in love with that island like I haven't been in love with any place ever in my life. So, yeah, that's all I can say. For sure, 100% we'll be back. I just don't know when to tell you I will be. Okay, one more question because there was another question here. Tal, it's nice to hear again from you. I just wish you the best, but I guess if you stayed with your friends, things might have been easy to comprehend as those who stayed and get to see how things get. Yeah, it's not an option for me, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, guys, it's the end of the live stream. I'm sorry if I'm weird and I'm acting strange. I apologize. I feel like I've been very weird during this whole live stream. It's gonna take me time to recover, but it's the only thing that's on my mind, guys. I'll be honest with you. It's the only thing that's on my mind. I'm having a really hard time getting it off my mind, and I wake up every day. I try to sometimes like erase the thoughts of the island away for a little bit and think about other things, but I can't control it. It's on my mind all day. I can't stop talking about it. I can't stop thinking about it. About the experience of the typhoon and about the experience of being there and living there, and it's a difficult time for me. This is it's a time I'm really excited to work through because I think there's gonna be a lot of personal growth on the other end of this. I just know it's gonna be very hard now for a little while. So this is one of my most viewed live streams too. I have to say, 200 people is like kind of amazing. So thank you guys so much for joining. I know that there's a lot of eyes on this channel too now because of the content I made on the typhoon. So all I want to say is, I'm gonna keep talking about it. It's not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep talking about this typhoon for the near future. If it gets annoying to you, you can, excuse my French, but you can fuck right off. Like if it bothers you to hear about a place that I love so much, if it bothers you for me to keep bringing it up, then you can get up and you can unsubscribe and leave and stop following me right now because guess what? It's going to be talked about a lot on this channel moving forward. And I will continue to keep it in the spotlight as much as I can, as much as I feel right for the future because I love that place and because I want to keep supporting it and I want it to keep developing in the right way and keep on getting better. So that's all I have to say. I love you guys so much. I love you guys a long time. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Thank you guys all for the super chats. You're amazing. $45. Like, God bless. Thank you so much. And that's it. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Be safe, everyone, with this new variant spreading around. And I'll see you guys very soon. Please keep an eye out, notifications on for the next video that me and my whole friend group in check of the 500,000 pesos that you guys sent us. So all of that, it's gonna be kept in check. It's going to be an entire report for you guys to see everything that we did with the money and everything we're going to be doing with the money moving forward. I love you guys so much. Please keep supporting the channel. Please keep watching the channel. The videos coming up. And I love you. And a big fuck you to all the people who were saying this channel was dying a few months ago. We're back, baby. It took a typhoon to bring us back, but we're back. Okay. Love you guys. Goodbye. See you in the next one.